Protesters are back in the streets, blocking roads across Lebanon. They're trying to revive the momentum of a leaderless uprising against the political class that began almost 4 months ago. Demonstrations haven't stopped since, but they have been getting smaller.
The Lebanese army has been a little bit, and the Lebanese forces has been a little bit aggressive, in trying to extinguish this revolution and this uprising. And we cannot talk anymore to the political system and to this regime because they have not heard us. They've not heard what we're saying for the past 90 days.
Demonstrators say the governing elite has ignored their calls for change and are fighting amongst themselves for seats in the next cabinet instead of dealing with the near economic collapse.
We are all here today with our friends, my cousin, all together. Okay, here we don't have our rights in this country. We pay, but we don't have. They take, they don't give.
We pay 2 bills for electricity and we don't have electricity from 30 years. Okay, we need water.
Many Lebanese accuse those who have been in power for 3 decades of mismanagement and corruption. A week of anger, that's how protesters are calling their latest action against the ruling authorities. They say their message is clear: we haven't given up and we aren't going away. Protesters marched towards the home of Prime Minister-designate Hassan Diab to protest against the delay in forming a government independent of political parties. It seems Diab's cabinet lineup fulfills that demand, but it is believed he's no longer wanted by the ruling alliance that appointed him.
There was a misunderstanding from the start. The political parties were never going to agree to a purely technocrat government. That is not realistic. They weren't going to give up power, especially in light of regional developments.
Anger is growing, so is inflation. The local currency is devaluing. Public and health services are failing.
Hassan Diab is just a victim who wasted time and will not end up with a government. So now he's as the saying goes, dead man walking. Protesters have been waiting to see if government or the political parties can actually produce something of value, and they have failed.
Scenes from the early days of the uprising may have returned, but these protesters say this was always going to be a hard battle to win. Yet they're determined to stay on the front lines. Zeina, Khodr, Jazeera, Beirut.